If you're following anything that's going on YouTube right now, then you know about Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson's latest makeup launch. For those of you who know it, you can skip ahead, but for those of you who don't, I'm going to give you just a quick rundown so that the rest of this video makes sense. Basically, Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson are YouTube's biggest stars right now, and they recently collaborated to create a brand new makeup line that is more towards Shane's brand of conspiracies, aliens, Illuminati, all that kind of stuff. What's even better is they're filming the entire process from ideation to manufacturing the product, naming the product, picking the colors for the lipsticks and the eyeshadows. And their documentary is on Shane Dawson's YouTube right now, so I highly recommend you watch it because it's just so interesting to go behind the scenes and see what actually goes into creating a product from scratch. So they recently launched the makeup line, and the most popular right now is the Conspiracy Palette, which has the most unique packaging I've ever seen. And since I couldn't get one, I decided to make my own miniature one. Since I love crafting, why not? And also in tribute to two of my favorite YouTubers. And here it is, Little Miss Conspiracy Palette. This is basically what the actual palette looks like, but 10 times bigger. Best of all, it opens up and you can see all the goodies inside. It's even got a little mirror and triangle stamps on the palette itself. This was so much fun to make and it's so cute. So go ahead and keep watching the video to see the entire creation process. I vectored each of the components of the box. So these are the individual pieces that we're going to assemble. Then I cut them out using my Cricut machine. So this is the top of the box with a trapezoid shape and the triangle. And this is for the color palette. This is Shane's logo. And this is for the mirror. For the palette, since it's so tiny, you can't really read the text, but you can kind of make out what it says, especially if you already have the palette memorized. I also went ahead and took a black marker and just covered the white edges so that it looks more professional. Also, I'm using very thick glossy photo paper. I also used the Cricut machine to cut out each individual letter. Now I'm gonna fold each of these areas here. Alright, so now that we have the top of the box folded, we can assemble. Now I'm just going to take some black acrylic paint and paint the inside of the box here so that you can't see any whiteness through the little crevices. While that's drying, we're gonna go ahead and make the mirror. Here I've got silver vinyl paper and I'm just gonna cut it to this size. Now we're gonna make each of the shades out of polymer clay. So I have them all lined up here in order as they appear on the actual Conspiracy palette. here they are. They look so awesome. By the way, when I was mixing the clay colors for these, which I did off camera, I thought to myself, these shades are so unique because I'm always so sure that I have the shade of clay I need, but I ended up having to mix some of these because I didn't have the color. So it just goes to show you how unique this palette actually is. Now we're gonna emboss each of the shades with this cute little triangle stamp, which has the whole Illuminati thing going on and also Shane's logo. Whoa, that turned out better than I thought. I was actually worried about stamping them because it's so easy to mess up, but they look pretty good. Now I have to bake this entire thing so the clay will harden, but before I do, let's create the little latches on the box. Now we can start attaching the letters. Now for the final touches, I'm gonna coat the entire thing in polyacrylic to protect the design and to give it a really nice shine all around. Here is the final palette. It's so cute and looks almost like the real thing. And this is the first miniature I've ever made, so I'm very happy with how this turned out. I especially love the palette itself, and ironically this was the one I was most worried about because I wasn't sure how I was gonna do it, but this is my absolute favorite thing. My second favorite is the mirror. That was so much fun. This is so cute. There's glue and markers all over my hands, so I'm gonna go clean up, and I think I'll make another miniature for a future video. This was really fun. If you get the opportunity, I highly recommend that you get yourself one of these palettes on Jeffree Star's website because this is one of the most unique palettes out there. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this super adorable miniature crafting session.